Good morning, students. Today we have a new problem. 1 liter solution of HgCl2, mercury chloride, has a boiling point of 101.2 degrees Celsius. To this, sufficient potassium iodide solid is added just to dissolve the precipitated HgA2. What is the boiling point of this new solution? See, to solve this problem, we must know ideas from coordination complex as well as from solution. It's a combined type question. Okay. See, first we have to know what are the chemical reactions happening here. Mercury chloride is water soluble, it is colorless, to which when you add a salt potassium iodide, then HgCl2 react with the potassium iodide forming water insoluble mercuric iodide, which is a red orange colored solid which gets precipitated, and along with the 2-KCl aqua. Now the precipitated mercuric iodide, upon adding more potassium iodide, react forming a water soluble colorless complex K2HgI4. Its name will be potassium tetraiodido mercurate 2. Okay. So ultimately HgCl2 has been converted to this. We can combine these two equations and write it as a single equation like this: HgCl2 aqua plus 4Ki giving K2HgI4 aqua plus 2KCl aqua. See, this problem can be answered in a very simple way. You can approach like that only if you are familiar with the solving problems from such kind of problem, then only you will be able to solve this very easily. Otherwise, you will write several steps, because since the boiling point is given and also since its number of ion per molecule is 3, you can first calculate the concentration of HgCl2 initially taken and proceed that way. That's a very multi-step method, time-consuming step. That is actually unwanted here. We have a very shortcut here. Adopting that, you can save much time, which is very important while you write a competitive exam, any entrance exam. See, look at this equation. Initially, we had only mercury chloride in that solution. Ki was later added. It was a solid 2. So, since every molecule gives 3 ions, we can say that initially the molar concentration was 3x. Molar concentration of ions was 3x. Okay. And after reaction with the potassium iodide, it gets converted to 2 ionic water insoluble substances, this complex and 2KCl. Both are strong electrolytes. Here in this compound, there is 1, 2, 3 ions. Here 2 plus 2, 4 ion, 2K plus 2Cl minus. So now it becomes 7x molar with respect to ions. 7x molar with respect to ions. 3x initially, 3x molar with respect to ion. Finally, 7x molar with respect to ion. We know colligative property depends not on the molar concentration of the molecule, but of the particles. Here these particles are ions. That's why we count the ions. So 3x moles of ions get converted to 7x moles of ion. Then we know that all colligative properties are directly proportional to the number of particles. All colligative properties are directly proportional to the number of particles. So, here what is the colligative property? Is it boiling point or elevation in boiling point? That's a very important thing. Only elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, etc. are colligative property. Not boiling point nor freezing point. They are not colligative property because they are not directly proportional. Only colligative properties are directly proportional. What I mean, in this 1.2, that value is directly proportional, not 1 not 1.2, nor it's a Kelvin value. It's the change in boiling point that is the colligative property. You have to remember. Then we can write delta TB2 divided by delta TB1 is equal to total number of particles N2 by N1, which is equal to 7x by 3x. So you can write delta TB2 divided by delta TB1, 1 not 1.2, so 1.2 is equal to 7 by 3. Then you get delta TB2, elevation boiling point in the second case is 2.1. So boiling point is 102.8 degrees Celsius. B is the answer. See, some advanced problems are very complex, multi-step. You have no other options. But you have to also remember that some problems, even though appear to be complex, will have some simplicity involved in that. For a wise student, it is very important to recognize not only the complexities involved in some problems, but also the simplicities involved in some other problems. Then only he will be able to deal with both type efficiently and save time too. Okay, I think you followed the thing. All the best. Take care.